We welcome a new species called humans. Molluscan be advised, avoid physical contact. Psionic races be advised, keep mental contact shallow. Averics be advised, ear protect.
The station ticker tape continued scrolling, and Guyfer let a small chuckle out his lines of bilateral nostrils. Non-psionic races were always so touchy when they met a psychic race such as his, the Uitan. They would make a fuss at first, but asking a being such as Guyfer to not have mental contact with the minds around them was akin to asking them to not smell a snog hog in the room. Maybe a lesser psychic could obey such a request, but Guyfer just rolled his eye and carried on. All these races were so worried about keeping their thoughts private, as if Guyfer cared about the rutting habits or jealousies that non-psionic races seem to want private. After a species grew up a bit and got used to coexisting with psychics, they generally came to find mental communication a freeing experience. It would be the same with these humans. Guyfer sipped more of his morning root broth, sitting in a station common area for a bit before getting to work, as was his routine. He liked it here because of the flow of the different races starting or ending their shifts at the docks and storage facilities nearby. Some people started their day with a newsfeed, but Guyfer got his news by sampling the thoughts of passers-by. Guyfer frowned as the ticker tape went around again. Keep mental contact shallow was not the usual warning that new races would ask for when shy about meeting a psionic. Usually it would explicitly say no mental contact. Guyfer puzzled over this while looking up humans on his tablet. Pretty standard squat bipeds, sort of squishy looking, but coming in some pleasing shades of skin. He sat and waited, sipping his hot broth slowly. Finally, a small group of these primates came around the corner. The group of three were wearing matching uniforms and laughing with each other loudly. Two of them were carrying their own hot beverages, wisps of steam, and an earthy smell wafting through the air with them. Guyfer tentatively reached out with his mind, and was able to connect with the group easily. Instantly, he could understand their conversation despite not knowing their language. The group had travelled together for many cycles and were reminiscing about some inside joke from their shared history. Guyfer paused for a second, considering the shallow warning, then pushed on. He wanted to find more about this Ligma character that the boisterous group referenced. He was reaching just a bit deeper when he felt an instant and overwhelming command. Guyfer took his hot root broth and splashed the contents down his own torso. He shrieked and jumped up. The hot liquid made him hop around, trying to pull his soaked overwrap away from his body to keep from being further burned. He fell to the floor, trying to get the wrap over his head and alleviate the contact with the burning liquid. One of the humans ran up to him, helping him pull off the overwrap. "Hey, I am so sorry," the human said out loud, as Guyfer looked up at it with shock. "They really gotta give you guys better warnings about us." "What the hell was that?" Guyfer responded, eyes wide. He hadn't even had time to react when the powerful command had taken over his whole being. Now he was only using the shallowest of mental connections to communicate with the primate, and had to fight the feeling telling him to run away, to get as much distance between himself and that dangerous mind. "Yeah, you let those intrusive thoughts win. We humans have constant impulsive thoughts, they say." The human picked up the mug Guyfer had dropped after scolding himself, and placed it on the table with an apologetic shrug. "We get used to them. Sucks for you psychic types, though. Guess you got caught in the crossfire when I thought about spilling coffee on myself." The human went to offer a hand to help Guyfer up to his feet, but retracted it when Guyfer cringed at the human getting too close. "So, yeah, sorry about your blue coffee thing." The human gave a tight smile, then returned to their group, heading further down the hall. "Keep it shallow," Guyfer muttered to himself out loud. "Understood."